Welcome to another episode of the Bulldog Business Show, your one-stop shop for everything College of Business. I'm Dean Scott Grawe, I'm the host of the show today, and here with me is Vincent Young. He is an assistant dean and leads all of our academic advising for the College of Business. So Vincent, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So one of the things I like to start off, I just like to ask all of our guests to tell us a little bit about yourself and your MSU story. What led you to where you are today?
Sure. I'm originally from here in Starkville, so I grew up with the MSU experience. The MSU culture is a part of my culture. My background, I came to MSU kind of from a non-traditional perspective. I have a lot of industrial experience, a lot of real estate experience. From an industrial aspect, quality control, logistics, reporting systems. The particular company I worked for was Weyerhaeuser Company, which is now International Paper. Yep. So they implemented this program for what they called a high-performance, self-regulating team concept, which supervision was built within the teams, but the teams were responsible for the management, for shipping, for quality control, production, everything. So that allowed me to learn a lot. And for real estate, I started with residential real estate, eventually getting into commercial real estate, dealing with financial investments, development, and property management. So I came to the university with a diverse background. Some of my senior management leadership team members say, "Hey, Vince, you don't belong here." And I was like, "Hey, what do you mean?" I was like, you're too talented. You have too much to offer. We can really see you moving up within the organization. But I did not have a bachelor's degree at that time. So conversation with my wife, we decided, she's like, "You know what, I've been telling you this forever." That led me to MSU, College of Business, pursued a degree in finance. I was finance and real estate. Real estate was a standalone degree at that time, so I double majored because I had a passion for both of them. Best experience ever. At the end of my undergraduate journey, I wanted to attend graduate school, pursue public administration and public policy. This is the journey that led me to the College of Business because I received a GA position within the College of Business Academic Advising Center. Totally changed my life. Never considered being a public servant in my life. I always wanted to be a high-powered commercial real estate broker dealing with financial analysis, things of that nature. But engaging with the students, being able to help, along with my graduate studies in public administration, public policy, it kind of sealed the deal for me, which was a natural fit, being a previous athlete, team concept, Boy Scouts, all about being all and loyal and helping other people. So it was just a natural fit. So that's how I ended up within the College of Business.
Great. And then one thing that I'll add in there too, you've got doctoral education mixed in there as well.
Exactly. So at the last door of that process, I would be finished, have a few family setbacks, illnesses, parental illness. My father passed in July, and just other life issues dealing with my parents kind of set me back. But yeah, we were about to accomplish that as well.
Good deal. So, jumping into the Center for Advising here in the College of Business. So, one of the things that I've been very impressed with in my time here is the quality of the advising that our students get. You've got a fantastic. You talk about team and building teams. You've built a fantastic team there that do some great work for our students. Tell the listeners a little bit about what is it, what do advisors do? When we talk about, you've got an advisor in the College of Business or we've got an advising center, what does that mean? What are they there for?
Okay. When I envision academic advising, I envision it as a GPS system. And our advisors help the students navigate the academic curriculum. Our students come to the university from various backgrounds. So our advisors, their responsibility is to help develop a realistic educational plan for each student. And That can vary because you can have 4 students from the same institution, high school or community college, with 4 different experiences. You have students based on standardized test scores, based upon whether they have dual credit, AP credit, are they an honor student, are they an athlete. So each advisor develops a realistic education plan for those students. The difficult part is most of those students have viewed their degree curriculum, and they're like, this is not what my degree says. It says my first year as a semester, I'm supposed to take these particular courses. But the advisors have to explain to each of those students that their experience will be difficult with the end goal in mind of graduating and attaining a degree.
Okay, great. So, well, we're going to put a pin in this conversation right now. We're going to take a quick break for commercial, but when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation and learn more about advising here in the College of Business.
Mississippi State University's College of Business creates connections that can change lives with more than $2 million available in scholarships next year. Take advantage of the top research institution in the state. Professors have practical experience in their field, and students have the opportunity to work on live projects with partner companies. Earn your MBA online in as few as 10 courses from U.S. News & World Report's Top 100 program. Give your business career a head start. Visit business.msstate.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Business Show. Again, we're here with my guest, Vincent Young, who leads he's an assistant dean who leads our Center for Advising in the College of Business. And we're talking about what advisors do and the help that they provide the students. And the example that you gave right before the break was talking about you could have different students who may on the surface look like they're very similar, and they take a very similar recipe to get them through the college, but they can be very, very different. And that can be a challenge. Now, I know some of these numbers, but I know some of the folks that are listening probably don't. I'm guessing the advisors aren't doing this just with about a dozen students or so. How many students are these advisors working with? On
average, our advisors are dealing with approximately 500 students.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Each with their own unique plan for how to get through their program in 4 years.
Absolutely. And as you very well know, our students, they don't come to campus alone. They also bring parents with them. So
you're talking to parents too, aren't you?
Exactly. So you can add to that number.
Okay. Good. So what are some of the characteristics and qualities that make a good advisor for these students?
Sure. An academic advisor must be self-motivated. They must be team-oriented. They have to have a servitude mentality. Altruism is extremely important. You must be customer focused. You have to be have good communication skills, good documentation skills. And you also must be a great multitasker, because advisors, again, we talked about how I vision the earth as the GPS system, but as it relates to the college and day-to-day tasks, advisors like a hub on a bicycle. And you think about the spokes, because they have so many different tasks, from add and drop courses, helping with major changes, helping with internships, helping with study abroad, assisting with transfer courses, assisting with substitution. And they collaborate with departments from all over campus. The provost's office, the registrar's office on a daily basis, admissions, scholarship, every department on campus. So you have to be a multitasker in order to be an advisor.
And I'm guessing you've got students that are coming to the advising office not just because I need to figure out which course I need to take next, but there are probably other life circumstances that can throw a wrench into their academic journey that the advisors are helping them navigate as well. Is that true?
Absolutely. Over the years, you've slowly seen the progression from being an academic advisor to being a listener, to being a cheerleader, to being a motivator. Students come with questions and concerns about, should I continue my education? Am I at a point where I should withdraw from the university? Because I've had a bad semester, there could be illness, death in the family. I'm just not mentally focused. So an advisor must learn to coach a student through that process. Ultimately, it's up to the student and the parent to make that decision, but the advisor gives the student those options.
Okay, good. And I'm sure that you get a chance to work with students as well. Tell me about some of your student experiences here on campus.
Okay, our student experiences, which range across the spectrum. You have the students who are high performance in high school, community college. They continue to be high performance in college. You have students who are high performance coming into the university and hit a brick wall. You have first-time college students have no clue. What really sticks out to me, though, the most is a young lady, and I'll be careful how I tell this story. She came to us from a community college. She became pregnant during community college. She was married. She ended up losing her baby because some abuse issues. She came here, her car quit. Her family kind of disassociated themselves from her, and she was a full-time student as well as working, and she would have to use the university transit to get back and forth to classes. She was late for class consistently. She was late to work. She wanted to give up. She wanted to quit. Wow. And she engaged me. She sent me an email. She said, "Can I come talk to you?" So another student said, "You would be the best person to speak with." I just listened to her. She broke down, and I had to find a way because she was a really smart young lady. And I had to find a way to keep her motivated, to keep her encouraged, to let her know you can't give up now. You're too close. If you stop, what are you going to do? You can't go back. To make a long story short, that young lady, she graduated. Now she's very successful. She has a successful husband, 2 kids. She just built a brand new house. And it's stories like this that make advising worthwhile.
Wow. And I'm guessing that's not a one-time story. There's others.
Could literally write a book on that story.
Wow. That's fantastic. And I mean, and that's one thing I want everybody, listening or watching this show right now to understand is that, the advisors are so critical to, getting students off on the right foot, not just making sure that they're, on the right path from a class standpoint, but keeping them in school, retaining, helping them troubleshoot and find solutions. Now, you've created quite a work environment there. What are some of the things that make this such a good center to work in?
Leadership is important. We
Yep.
all know that, but the leader is truly important, especially to the localized unit. So I try to create an atmosphere of peace, an atmosphere of happiness, because I understand the stresses and the strains mentally that the advisors are dealing with. I keep an open door relationship. They can communicate me about anything. They can ask questions. I go out of my way to do things for them to keep them happy, to let them know that we care about them. I don't think that I've missed a Valentine's Day without giving them roses. I haven't missed a Christmas without giving them presents. I'll do things throughout the year, order cater food for them, whatever the case may be, just to let them know that they are valued.
Great. That's fantastic. And the last thing, I'll mention too is one of the things I want people to understand. If you've got kids that are, preparing for that college journey, or you've got kids that are in the college journey, or you're an alum, let's not forget about the role of the advisor. If you've got questions, encourage your student to go talk to their advisor. Their advisor can be an endless source of help as they walk on their journey. Thanks for joining us for another Bulldog Business Show, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.